I'm off the players here, that's why I'm over retarded. That's why I'm over retarded. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skating around. Baby, welcome to the party. Get to the top, get me lit. Got 'em like, what in the heck? Send in the clip. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone. Cause you can get hit. Go with that in my system. I hit your body. Baby, I forget it. I just go to body. And listen again. I was just with her. Yo, my feeling niggas, so my feeling niggas, so my killing niggas. Since a young nigga, I've been drilling niggas, but I'm so stuck in my ways. Nobody ever gave me shit with this big tip, I had to get paid. And it's 10K to go and stay. And you know that she's Hey, welcome to Let's Keep It 100. Hello. Before we even get started, let me say rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Tragedy. He was a very young man. He died today. He was only 20 years old. If you guys don't know, Pop Smoke is an up and coming rapper. He had one of the hottest songs last year. And I just wanted to say a quick rest in peace to him because the story is just really sad. It's being reported that he was shot in his home during a home invasion. So I just want to say rest in peace to him before we even get started. So hello, Miss Jackie.
Hey.
How are you? I'm pretty much on time today, right?
Yeah, yes, we are on time considering, that we're normally not on time, But hey, BJ, I wanted to say shout out to BJ because I see Gold Mines Media popped in. Can you see the feed?
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I remember before, but I forgot this time.
All right, so
well, welcome everybody that has tuned in. Welcome to a new week of Let's Keep It 100. Appreciate you guys for tuning in with Jackie and I. It's been an interesting 2 weeks, I guess, since we've been on here. I don't know if it's been. No, we tried to come on last week, but we had some technical difficulties. And I mean, there are people that tune into us that are also content creators. So, they know like the struggle sometimes that goes with like your audio not being right or, your video not being right or, whatever the case may be. So those people, I think like they kind of understand, they get it. But like, viewers that tune into us that don't really give a shit about any of that. Just like, yo, where y'all at? So I apologize. Last week, we weren't on because we had some technical difficulties. But if you guys notice, we have nice, cool background effects going on.
Yeah, I feel like I'm.
So again, Jackie and I just always trying to bring you guys something different. So it's just a cool little thing that we're trying this time. Hopefully it looks cute and nice and you guys like it and it doesn't create any other problems for us.
Thank you, BJ. BJ said it looked dope. He said he likes it. It looks dope. So thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Who is that, BJ?
BJ and hey, Tech. What's good, Tech 44? What's going on?
Hey, my God, Tech is on here. Hey, Tech, how you?
What's up, Hendrix? What's good? What's poppin', Hendrix? I see you, bud. So, everybody who is in the feed at this moment,
Hendrix, thank you for tuning in. Let me turn down my volume.
I need y'all to tap the screen, give us these hearts. I need y'all to retweet.
So definitely appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and get into this week's topic.
Let's go.
Hold on 1 second, because I cannot hear myself now.
Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all give us these hearts. And make sure y'all retweet. Hey, Bella the Great. Hey, everybody who's tuning into the feed. How y'all doing? Hey, Miss Andre.
Jackie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I went out for a little bit.
Hey, Elson.
So how have you been, Jackie, since we've been on here?
Excuse me?
How have you been since the last time we were on?
Girl, I've been on an emotional roller coaster, but I'm cool. I'm better now. You know, life happens,
Okay.
unexpected stuff. You know, so yeah. I want to say rest in peace to Curtis Jenkins, one of our podcast peers, my brother in podcast. He passed away almost a week ago. Almost a week ago. So yeah, R.I.P. to Curtis. Definitely will be missed. Great energy, great spirit. So
Yes, definitely rest in peace to Curtis, also known as Chilificent
Teleficent.
on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he and I weren't that close, but I definitely know how close he was to a lot of people in our community. Definitely a funny guy. We interacted numerous times on the timeline, so definitely a funny guy. And he will be missed in the podcast community for
For
sure.
sure.
And condolences to him, his family, and anybody affected by that loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So you ready to get
So
into
let's go ahead
it?
and get into our topics. Like I said, it's been a little funny for us, but we're gonna make it do what it do.
Okay.
So unfortunately, since we're talking about loss here, sudden loss. One of the things that I wanted to get into was when someone does pass away. When someone does pass away, let's say a celebrity, or not even a celebrity, just anybody that and that person passes away. The question is when, if ever, is a good time to talk about the negative things that person may have had going on in their life. So for me, I feel like you guys know me, right, Jackie? You know me in one way. My mom knows me in another way. My best friend, she knows me in another way, right? So I've been on this earth for almost 44 years. So in them 44 years, it's impossible for me to not affect people in good and bad ways. Like there's going to be some good things that people are going to say about me. There's going to be some bad shit that people are going to say about me. There's going to be people that love me, you know what I mean? And there's going to be people that I may have fucked over, you know what I'm saying? So all of that is a part of my story. All of that is a part of whatever legacy I'm leaving here on this earth. And I just want to know, like, in my opinion, I feel like not so much that everything should be told, but it also shouldn't be ignored either, because it is just a fact. It's just a matter of fact that, hey, it might have been some bad shit that I did too. You know what I'm saying? And just because I'm gone doesn't mean that the person that I may have hurt doesn't have a right to say, you know what, nah, y'all might have experienced her that way, but like she stole $100,000 from me. You know what I mean? Like that person also has a right to say, this is how I knew her, in my opinion. And maybe they shouldn't be saying it 2 days after I pass, but at some point, like they also have a story to tell.
Listen, I hear you. I feel you. You know, I feel like never. That's just my opinion. Never don't bring it up, especially after death, because the person can't say anything in the rebuttal or in defense of themselves. So, and then my thing is, if you're that chick that stole $100,000 from the girl, tell the girl when she's still here. Tell the world that this person stole $100,000 from you while she's still walking God's green earth, because I need to be warned. I need to know about this woman so she won't be my friend. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, my thing is, we all have done bad stuff. We've all hurt people. We've all done some negative things. But I would like to think, for me personally, the good person that I am, the flawed person that I am, my good deeds, my just deeds outweigh the negative stuff I have done in life. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm
Yeah.
gone, I don't want somebody who had a who met me once in life, had a bad encounter, it wasn't a great interaction, to say, oh, y'all know her like this, but yeah, when I met her that one time, like, girl, you I think it's just people just do things to get attention sometimes, and that's the wrong type of attention that people should be seeking. So I don't think anybody should say anything negative after a person's death. Look at, girl, did you hear they suing Rick James? And he been gone.
No.
Yeah, somebody said somebody suing Rick James because the young lady said he raped her when she was 15 years old. So they're suing Rick James. But my thing is, how can you sue somebody who's dead? Just trying to figure that one out. Who's not here to speak for themselves, to defend themselves? Like, so who's the judge and the juror? Who? How do you come up with a conclusion to say that this woman's telling the truth or she's lying? Because you ain't even hearing the other person's side of the story. So what do you use?
Right.
A bunch of witnesses that are going to speak on her behalf? What about his behalf, though? I don't know. It's just weird.
Right.
Just leave it be. We know Kobe. We know like Kobe. We know his past. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of bringing up old shit? That when somebody passes, you're supposed to celebrate their life. You know what I'm saying? So is celebrating bringing up the bad shit? Everybody's flawed. You know. So that's just my thought. What y'all think out
Yeah,
there?
I actually agree in that. And like, when okay, so once the person's gone, obviously they cannot defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that does bother me that people do is they'll tell you all these things about, whatever type of relationship that they had with the person. And like, oh yeah, I was his, I don't know, side chick or whatever, and we did this, and this. Yeah, well, okay, that's your version of it. You know what I mean? He may not have considered you his side chick. You know what I'm saying? And he's telling me
Mm-hmm.
that y'all did all these things, but he wasn't even talking about you when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
how do I know that? You could be making up this whole thing. This could be your version of, whatever, and we're just supposed to take it as law. So I do agree with you on that. That is something that bothers me that people do. But like I said, I'm kind of on the fence with it because I do feel like this is still part of your story, and if I'm going to tell, especially from like a journalistic standpoint
Mm-hmm.
or just a historic standpoint, like this is a part of your story, and for me to leave it out, I'm not really telling your full story. You know what I'm saying? So in some ways, I do understand why it's done. And then it's also timing. It's also like, okay, what is the point of bringing this up, right? And especially for something that we already talked about. Like if this person had this bad thing in their history and it's already been talked about, cases done been closed, we know what happened, what didn't happen, person, either was punished for it or not. Like that. We talked about it to death when that shit happened. Then I'm like, okay, why you want to delve into it now? You know what I'm saying? Like if you just bring it up to say, okay, yeah, in 1980 this happened, but he moved on from that. He became a better person. Whatever the case may be. Okay, then I understand it. But if you kind of just trying to stay in 1980 to talk about the negative things of that person when he's done so much more than that,
Mm.
then it's like, okay, what's this really about? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me ask you a question since you're talking about like side chicks or whatever, whatever. Let's just say Kobe had a side chick, right? And when he
Mm-hmm.
passed, the side chick decides to come out and say, "Oh, we had this thing, we had this relationship, blah blah blah." Obviously she's in mourning too, or whatever,
Right.
But do you think it's okay for her to come out and tell that? Because to me, she's starting to make it about her and not about Kobe. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
because the wife obviously and the kids is already mourning the loss of a sister and a father and a husband. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you want to throw more shit out there to say that you had this explicit affair with him. You know what I'm saying? I get you mourning
Right.
and you lost your lover or whatever, your friend, whatever you want to, whatever y'all thing was. But do you think
Right.
it? Do you think she should bring it out, or is it about timing again? I understand she wants to mourn. Who can she mourn with? You know what I'm saying? I get it, but at the same time, what's the right thing to do?
Right. Um, that's a good question.
Okay, I just
And
wonder.
obviously, I'm kind of on the fence with it too
Mm-hmm.
because if she was a part of this person's life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why shouldn't she be able to mourn like everybody else that loved him?
Okay, I agree with you. Let me recognize somebody real quick. What's up, Jones? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we fancy with the new background. And Jones said no one should give her airtime. So, but what about this approach, Jones, and anybody else who's watching? What if she reached out to Vanessa outside of media, like just on a personal low level, on a low end theory, and and maybe Vanessa's woman enough to say, it is what it is. You loved him, I loved him. We gonna mourn them together, like in a
Right.
private. You know what I'm saying? Not putting it all out there in media and stuff. What if it was handled with delicately like that?
Yeah, now see that I can get with because let's say I'm the wife, right? Let's say I'm the wife, and of course I'm gonna be pissed off if I'm finding out about you, when he passes or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna be pissed off regardless, but whatever.
Right.
Let's say I'm just finding out about you, now that he passed. If you're coming at me, or if you're in this situation, like we're in this situation, and it's like respectful as it can possibly be. Like I'm just letting you know, and I don't know, because it's like, why the fuck would you be letting me know that you was a side chick? You know what I'm saying? But still, let's say somebody else let me know. Let's say her friend or my friend or somebody else, or his friend even, let me know that, hey, this was his other woman, so maybe he has a baby or, whatever the case may be. But she's not trying to make it messy. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to make it about her. She's not coming to the funeral home and trying to like let everybody know that she was also this person and, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think that that I could live with, that I could even respect, right? Because it's not her fault. Like, he's passed away. He's the one that made her part of his life. I would I would only feel some type of way about it, like if she was trying to make it, like you said, about her.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's how I feel like about, and this might ruffle some feathers, but that's how I feel about Little Kim. I feel like Biggie did not that he didn't acknowledge her, but he didn't acknowledge their relationship. He made it seem to the public like she was just, a friend of his, or like in the crew. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know his crew knew that, they were sleeping together and whatever the case may be, but publicly he never said like, Little Kim is my girl, we have this, whatever. We hear about that from her. Like, she's the one that is telling that story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we only hear it from her,
Well, we heard about that before he died, though. You know what I'm saying? We knew about
But
that.
from who? From who, though?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but Faith and not Faith. Obviously, she believed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I got nothing. I feel you. Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's not messy, and then like I said, not even just like the side chick part about it, but just even like journalists or whoever's telling the story. As long as it's not coming from like a messy place,
Right.
scandalous place, you're trying to disrespect this person even more so now that they've passed. Then to me, I feel like, yo, it's a part of the story. Then it's a part of your story, and it may not be nice, but yeah, it's a part of your story.
Okay, so Tex said she got one job: keep whatever went on with them on the low.
Okay.
I mean, it's
well, like
like
you said, Becky, like, who is she supposed to mourn with? You know what I mean? I guess her friends, her people, but
her friends,
like his family and his people should never know.
I'll give her a pass if they have a child together. I give her a pass. And Jones said, I think Biggie did acknowledge Kim and their relationship. I think he did too. I think Biggie did. According to the movie.
What movie?
The movie they did on Biggie. Not the Lifetime thing. I haven't watched that yet. I'm talking about the actual movie.
All right, I'm gonna have to rewatch it because because in my opinion, I feel like I didn't hear that from him. I heard it from her at first, like especially after he passed. That's all she talked about.
Right.
And then like when stuff started coming out, like footage and this and this and this, then like I feel like her, like his friends, like they had to say like, oh yeah, that's true, because she had put it out there, so it's like they had to confirm.
Yeah, Well, she probably was the one that let the cat out the bag, but he couldn't deny it. Is that what you're saying? She's the one that put it out there. Like Biggie didn't put
I'm
it out.
saying she's saying like that was her man, like they had a
They did
relationship,
have
and
a
he
whole.
ain't never said that.
They did have a whole ass relationship. They had a whole ass relationship.
Did he acknowledge that? That's what I'm
Watch that
saying. Did
damn
he
movie.
acknowledge that?
Watch that movie. Watch that movie.
All right, I'm gonna watch it again.
I can't say if he ever say, "Oh, little Kim's my woman," but maybe he said she was a special friend. I don't know, but they had they had an understanding between them what it was between them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. So if y'all had an understanding when he was alive and you wasn't allowed to talk about it, then why are you talking about it after he passed? That's the point I'm making.
You know what? Tech just hit the nail on the head, girl. He said, "Some secrets you take to the grave. Take it to the grave." That's it. I ain't got nothing to take. Right though, some shit you just take to the grave. I try to take some shit to the grave, but I couldn't, girl. That sometimes that shit just be eating you up, girl. Just be eating you all up inside. I'm like, Lord, I'm just gonna say it. I did it, damn it, I did
it. You was Biggie's side piece. You couldn't keep it secret.
If I was his side piece. Yeah, I wouldn't tell everybody I was his side chick. You know what I'm saying? It's if you won't go tell about if you didn't tell nobody about me when you was here, don't worry about me telling me about me when you gone.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. See, me, I couldn't do that. You know, if we were a secret then, and I was able to keep it a secret, I would just be mourning. Like with my friends, like my girls would know. My girls would know I'm tore up on the inside. You know what I mean? I just lost my dude. You know, whatever. But I ain't going to like nobody's. But then it's like, damn, you don't get to go to the funeral. And I guess it depends on what you guys really was. Because maybe I feel like I don't have a right to be at the funeral. You know?
I'm going to the funeral.
See, you messy.
You see my face? Dead ass. Listen. No. Wait. I'm going to the funeral. You can't tell me I can't go to the services and mourn the man that I was in love with, even though the world didn't know. Let me just, I'm going to mind my business. I'm going to be hanging out in the back. I ain't going to be trying to sit in the front of the church in the pews, sitting beside the wife and the family. I'm just going to hang back. And I'm a mourn. That's it. Jones said messy. I'm going to the funeral, Jones, and mind my black business. I love that man, and I want to mourn him too. Shit, I can't tell the world that I was his hoe. Let me go say my byes. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I love that motherfucker.
No, I feel you. Yeah, so that was all I wanted to mention on that. I don't know that there's ever a right time to, you know, discuss the negative or I don't know, even maybe criminal things that people have done in their past. I don't think it's ever like a right time to do that. I think it's always going to be somewhat uncomfortable. But I feel like it's your approach, you know what I mean? And then like, what's the reason behind it? Like, what's the reason you're bringing this up right now? You know what I'm saying? That plays a big part in it. And tact, you know, like just being tactful about what you're talking about. Even if it is like a bad or negative thing, you can still be tactful and respectful about it.
I feel like people should write their memoirs.
Say again?
I feel like people should write their memoirs. Have it written down like a diary or whatever. You know, later on in life, if a story comes out or whatever, your words are there. Like right. Your thoughts and your opinions and your words are there.
Right.
Carl said you picked the situation wrong with that shit. You just as much of a ghost as he is. You know what, Tech? Ghost. Okay. I'm gonna mourn him. Listen. Morning. Boom.
All right, so before we go any further, if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, anything that's, you know, been on your mind or on the timeline or just whatever the case may be that you want us to discuss, let us know in the comments. Also, please be sure to share this broadcast on whatever platform that you are watching it on. We are live right now on YouTube, Facebook,
Twitter,
Twitter.
Periscope,
What's the other one?
Periscope.
Periscope.
Yeah, so everybody who's joining the feed, welcome. I see Lucis Rope 545. I hope I'm saying that right. And I see official WWG something. WWGD. So welcome. Repost.
Everybody that's tuning into us from Facebook, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is only the second time that we've broadcasted Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
If you guys have topics, like I said, that you want us to talk about, let us know.
Yeah. So, anybody out there, y'all got something y'all want to chop up with us before we move on to the next topic?
How you guys liking the new setup?
Yeah, how you liking the new feed, the new scene? Because I feel like I'm on top of the world. Like Brandy. Yeah, sitting on top of the world.
Okay.
Let me see. He said, Black Planet MySpace, tag all of them everywhere. You know what? Black Planet MySpace, tag all of them everywhere. Listen, we good with Facebook.
You know, cool with that MySpace and Black Planet core.
I have never been on Black Planet. And probably never will. Never will.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic. And the question is there a gay agenda?
Oh, damn.
Is there a gay agenda? So I hope people don't, read that or hear that and kind of take it the wrong way. Is there a gay agenda? In my opinion, yes, I do believe there is a gay agenda. And I believe the agenda is to humanize people of that community. Why are you laughing?
I thought you was going way over here. Okay. We was about to get canceled, bitch.
Of course not.
Oh, shit.
I would never do that.
Okay.
We just trying to get on.
I know I ain't shit. I'm sorry. I just disrupted the whole flow. But you messed me up. Okay, I'm ready. I'm here. Baby.
You alright over there? You got worried?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay. I'm good. All right. So, in my opinion, yes, there is a gay agenda. And the gay agenda, I believe, is to humanize people of the LGBT plus community. I feel like all the the talk that we see about it, all the programs that are in place. If you watch shows and sitcoms and commercials, you'll see people from that community. It's a regular thing now. It's not like, oh, that's just like the sidekick or something where, it used to be like that. Like, oh, yeah, we got to have like one gay sidekick or something, in this movie or something like that. And I feel like, again, like I said, it is to humanize people in that community, because when we talk about like, should people in the LGBT community have rights or like, shared bathrooms or whatever, it's people talk about it almost like they are not human. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the same like rights that other people do, So I feel like the agenda is to open your eyes and realize that these people are human as well. They have some of the same wants and needs that you do, right? Like they just want peace. They want people to live and like not people have all in their business. They want their, family to accept them just the way, like I still want my mother to like be proud of me and, accept me and be proud of my accomplishments and this and that. And, I'm sure they want those same things. Like they want housing and car, like the same shit that we all want, education. Like there's really nothing different, in my opinion, other than their sexuality. And like I don't walk around telling people that I I'm attracted to men. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't tell you that, like, you just don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that I don't deserve like the same rights as like as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's almost kind of going back to like when black people were saying like, "Hey, I'm human. I deserve the same things that you deserve. I'm not an animal." You know what I'm saying? And just because like my skin is a different color than yours doesn't mean that you can like disrespect me. And so to me, yes, there is a gay agenda, and I think that that's what it is. I said all that to say yes. I think that's what the gay
Listen.
agenda is.
Okay. Okay, so
What do you think, Jack?
for me, I don't think there is a gay agenda. But even though I say I don't think there is, we do agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming from a different point of view. I don't think it's a gay agenda. I believe they all just want equal rights. They want to be treated equally. They want to be able to get the same benefits as everybody else across the board with equal human rights. Okay. So, but my thing is, like I had stated on a recent episode, I said, was the civil rights movement a black agenda? It was. They wasn't saying it was a black agenda. It was just, we was fighting for our equal rights. They called it the civil rights movement. I just, when you put agenda with next to another word, it don't really make it sound positive. You know what I'm saying? It makes it seem like it's something to be skeptical of, something to question. So maybe that's why a lot of people take offense to when you say, "Oh, you have a gay agenda." But when if you say gay agenda and then put your explanation with it, Nicole, it gives it a whole different spin. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, agenda means, oh, y'all motherfuckers up to something. What's good? What's popping? What you up to? I'm not trusting whatever you're trying to do. So I think it's just all about terminology. I think it's all about wordplay. But I definitely don't think it's a gay agenda. And the mainstream thinks of it as negative. So this is why I'm saying no to there's not a gay agenda, because people are looking at it as a negative thing. Like how I hear it, an agenda means it's a purpose, but the purpose seems more suspect. Okay? Yeah.
Agreed. So normally when you hear people saying that there's a gay agenda, is they're speaking about it in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
And what I hear is most often I hear people saying that the gay agenda is like to emasculate men, or especially like black men. I hear it most like in our community. Like the gay agenda is like emasculating black men and taking men out of the homes and making it so that this is what they say. Like they're making it so like people think that being gay is okay or normal or whatever the case may be. So yes, to me, I feel like for the most part, when people talk about it and they use that word agenda, it's definitely negative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I explained, like I feel like it's the opposite. You know what I mean?
So, well, let me say this, because people talking about it's taking the black men out of the homes. Listen, it is 2020. The black men been out of the homes a long time ago. This gay agenda topic ain't taking no more black men out the home that had already been gone. Listen, black men been out the home since teenage pregnancy been booming. Right or wrong? Am I right
Correct.
or wrong? Black men been going. We got all these single women raising these kids, one parent homes. They're not with the child's father. A lot of women have multiple kids by multiple fathers. I'm one of them. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ashamed to admit it. But what I'm saying is, you're not gonna sit here and say a gay agenda is taking a black man out of the home. Black man been out the home between incarceration and between single motherhood. Black men been going out the home. Long time. Long time. And Coy said, let's see, he said it's more of a group that had no voice, now have a voice, and they are letting us all hear it. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I agree. I also think that people should just mind their goddamn business. People should really just mind their goddamn business. Period. Point blank. Like you should have enough stuff going on in your goddamn life that you don't care about somebody's sexuality and what they got going on, who they sleeping with, what they like, what they're trying to do. Like you really should not give a shit. Like you got me cracking up.
Cause you sound like the typical black mama going off. You know what I'm saying? You just mind your goddamn business. Mind your goddamn business. You got other things goddamn do this. The only thing that was missing was
like with especially when we're talking about people that are famous, like celebrities or whatever. It's like everybody has to have an opinion and everybody is so negative about it. And I'm like, why do you care? Why do you care about what's going on in somebody else's household, how they're raising their children, how they interact with their people, their family? Like, how is it bothering you? How is this affecting you? Or is it that just the mere sight, you know what I mean? Or just the mere sight of a person in that community, or like so people feel like it's infringing somehow on them. And I just don't see that. I don't see how it infringes on me at all if somebody else has the same rights as me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you care that they're able to go and fight in the military? You know what I'm saying? What do you care that they're able to, like, use this bathroom? Like, a few years ago, it was the whole thing about, transgenders being able to use the same bathroom as women or whatever. And it's like, okay, people tried to bring up the fact that, like, it's still a man and maybe they'll do something you try to do something. I mean, come on, that shit could happen in the male bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son was like 7 years old when I let him, go use the regular bathroom with men. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just excuses and more excuses and more excuses. And I feel like I said at the beginning, people really need to just mind their own business. Like, you have to work in your home first. You know what I mean? Like, get your home in order first, get your community in order first. Like, worry about you and your people, your rights. You know what I'm saying? And then and that should be enough. I'm not even going to say and then. That should be enough for you to not have time to worry about what other people are doing.
Girl, period. You said a mouthful, girl. You said it. You said it all. Tex said our families have been jacked up ever since the white guy tricked the first one of us into a boat ride.
Hello.
Happy Black History Month.
A lot hasn't changed since then. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, like, who gets right since then. Like, we still pretty much, a lot of stuff is still the same. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we made some progress, but a lot of things are still the same. And just because people, in other communities now are, like Koi said, are able to have a voice and say, nah, you cannot treat me like this.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like, every day I walk out, I'm still a Black woman, and shit's still fucked up for me too. Like, them getting rights ain't changing nothing for me. Like, it's still fucked up for me too. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started about being a Black woman. That's a whole nother episode.
No. But what's the agenda?
Okay. But shout out to Hype Williams. I see Hype Williams popped in the feed. How you doing, Hype? How you doing, girl?
Hey, hi. That's good. Thanks for tuning in.
It was something else I wanted to say about the gay agenda thing.
Let me know when they say something about the Black woman agenda. That's when I'll speak up and have something to say, have a mouthful to say, and come back to me for comment then when it's a Black woman agenda.
I got nothing. They gonna list they got a whole list already ready when the Black woman agenda come.
They're gonna be trying to shut us down then for sure.
Everybody gonna be we trying to sell everybody a bundle, bitch. Listen,
I have a question, and this might sound crazy.
What's up?
All right. So I know you ain't really been online like that, Jackie, because you had a lot of stuff going on. But did you see the story about the little girl that dang, why didn't I get her name? Why didn't I get her daggone name?
You talking about the one whose mama cut her hair?
You guys should know because it's been all over everywhere. Little girl that created the Renegade dance. And wasn't getting credit for it. I think her name is Jalita.
Something like that, yeah.
But anyway, they didn't get credit for it. at first, but now she is getting the credit for it, and is being recognized by the TikTokers that stole it from her.
Shout out to
So
the power of
because I
social
see
media.
it happening. What'd you say?
I said shout out to the power of social media.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So here's my question, because I see it happening all the time on different levels, where a black person creates something, just does something, whatever, and it gets stolen or popularized by white people, right?
Yeah.
And this question is crazy, y'all, but let me just get it out. Is there such thing as white culture, or like American white culture? I'm asking because I just feel like a lot of things that they do, a lot of things that they do is like they're borrowing from us, right? And I just feel like if they have culture of their own, why are they always taking from like other people or other cultures?
That is their culture. They're fucking thieves.
Okay, and so here's the backside of it. You know how like we'll see white people or like white girls or whatever, like I don't know, wearing braids or like just whatever, just doing things that like you got this from like a black girl or whatever the case may be. Is there certain things that like black girls do that maybe they got from white culture? So that's what I'm asking. Like, what is white culture? And who borrows from white culture? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, wait a minute. Tex said, yep, everything they chose to have. Listen, white culture is they rob, they kill, they steal, they pillage. And they make it seem like they invented everything. That's white culture. White culture is like a black hole, maybe. Because a black hole is negative, is a negative space, a negative energy. It just sucks everything and makes it its own, right or wrong. Ain't that what a fucking black hole does?
John said water polo is white culture. Okay.
Okay. Who said that?
John, he's on Facebook. Hey,
John. You can see the Facebook comments.
Yeah, well, I have Facebook open.
Okay, you got control of that, because I can't see them. They're not popping up here yet. But no, girl. Okay, you know what I would respect more? I would say if the girl said, "Oh, I just love that hairstyle. I just love that hairstyle. I want to try it. I want to wear it."
Right.
I wouldn't have no problem like that. But when people just do stuff and make it seem like they invented it, that's what irks my nerves. That's what irks my nerves. Because you didn't invent
and then they start making
bitch.
money off of it. Like, that's the part that gets me.
Because, girl, white people invest in each other. Black people don't. That's the black ass bottom line. Not enough of us invest in ourselves. You see what I'm saying? That's a big problem within itself. So of course, they got the backing for it. They have a whole industry, a whole culture backing them up. So,
all right. So that had to get a little bit of clarity on that.
It's like they're waiting for us to do the
watch.
No. I got a notification. Listen, girl. I got a notification. My bad. No, but check this out. It's like they waiting for us to do the next big thing to take it.
Right.
I don't know.
So, okay, I thought I was tripping, but I don't know. If somebody could tell me what American white culture is. John said water polo.
I just told you what it is. It's
water polo.
It is robbing, killing, stealing, pillaging. That's what their culture is.
Jackie, no.
What did he say?
I know that's in their history. Now I know that. Okay, so let's say like he's so stupid. So let's say like Asian people. Asian people, they have like a rich history. They have rich culture. Right? Like if you see certain things, you automatically like this is from Asian descent. You know what I mean? Like they have traditions. They have things that they can pass down, all have been passed down for like years, right? Even like Indian people, they have culture. Like when you see a woman with dressed a certain way, you know that you know that that's from her culture. You know what I'm saying? Like Caribbean people have certain things, like carnival and stuff. We know like that's from from their culture. I'm just saying, what can I point to and say other than pillaging is white culture? And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I really want an understanding. Like who borrows from white people? Who is inspired by like white culture? That's what I want to know. Because everybody's inspired, right? Who is inspired by white culture? If anybody can answer that, and that's not the question of the week, but this is something that I want to know.
Yeah, let us. But we about to get to this question of the week, y'all, because it's that time for the question
Stop, Jackie.
of the week.
All right, let me get back to my notes so I make sure I say it correctly.
I'm so proud of me and Nicole. So, we are staying on time. We are staying in our time frame. I'm
so proud. I hope you guys are proud of us too. I'm so proud. We basically came on time. And we are wrapping up around the time that we're supposed to.
Yes.
You don't have any technical difficulties. So, all right, question of the week, guys. Question of the week. You ready?
Yes.
Could you stay in a relationship with a partner that does not perform oral sex? Question of the week. Could you stay in a relationship with a partner that refuses to perform oral sex? Now, my first question is, how are you even in a relationship with that person? Like, how did it get to that point?
Wait. Let's we keep it at 100, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when was the act of oral pleasure invented? Because I don't believe Adam was eating Eve pussy. I'm just saying. He was hungry and he took a rib. I'm just saying. Or she took his rib. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not well versed in the Bible. But all I'm saying is, but you. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. So Jones says no. Okay, Jones. Why? Type that in there while we talking. Why? Could you not be with a woman who does not give head?
Ignore that, y'all. I'm in Judy's room. That's one of his toys.
I'm like, what is that?
I'm in Judy's room, and that's one of his toys. My bad.
So Coy said, you supposed to, however, can't do it. Huh? So you saying you supposed to give oral pleasure, but you don't do it?
I know that ain't what he's saying.
I don't know. But let me answer the question because I got distracted.
How would you answer that question?
Me personally, yes, I can be. Wait, what was the question again?
You heard me.
Okay. No, okay. So yes, I can.
With someone that does not perform oral sex.
Yeah, I can. Okay, I could be with a person who does not perform oral sex as long as he can make me orgasm with his dick. I could do that.
Okay.
I have been blessed to be able to have orgasms penetrated and oral, but
right. You know that for a lot of women, that is, could be considered rare, right? Because women not all women are able to achieve an orgasm through penetration. So you're lucky there. So you have that option, right? You have that option. Like some women, they can't. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I get it. But Jones says it depends on why she can't.
It ain't can. She won't. She don't.
I mean, like if she's never ever 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 done it, then she just never done it.
Or she done it and she just doesn't like it.
Oh yeah,
That's just not something that she wants to do.
or she tried it and she don't like it, or she tried it and the guy told her her head is whack. That could fuck with somebody's head and make you not want to, do that no more. So yeah, I mean, you gotta train them sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta have a partner that is willing to teach. Gotta be with somebody that is willing to teach, somebody that's willing to learn, and all those things.
What about you,
for
Nicole?
me, no, I couldn't. It's just too important to me.
Nicole's like, I'm not even gonna blink,
so
bitch.
like I said at the beginning,
like, no, girl, no.
I wouldn't even have gone so far as to be in a relationship with you if that's something that, like, I respect it. If you don't do that, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna be in a relationship with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna. No, I'm not. Like, I asked that up front because I need to know. And if that's not your thing, it's not your thing. Cool, but
I
just want to be your thing.
I feel like if a guy's like, I feel like he eat pussy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I mean, he talk. Trust me, the guy done already talked to them shit where he what that mouth do.
Yeah, some guys be lying about it. Well, not lying, but it's like, that's not something that they just do to everybody. And I get that. I respect that. I understand that. Like, they want to be, or at least know you a little bit better before they do. Before, which, I get. I understand. But then some just be lying, because I've had guys say that they don't, and they did.
Okay, so
I've only met one person.
So
like
they
one
have
person
to.
that was just like, no.
You telling me the man has to? He has to oral pleasure you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Ain't no ifs, ands, or nothing, no buts about it.
No.
So the dick just ain't gonna get it.
No, I'm not saying that, because I can go there too. I'm just saying.
But why does he have to put his mouth on you?
That's what I'm saying.
Why does he have to put his mouth on you?
Because I love it.
But what if he don't know what he's doing? What if
I want that in there. Period.
What if he don't know what he's doing? You gonna teach him?
Got to.
Okay. All sex is not a part of sex. All sex is not a part of somebody put it in here. I'm waiting for it to pop up in the feed. Joe said be ready to get cheated on.
No, you know what? No, that's not gonna happen. Like, I'm not even gonna cheat on you, because I'm not gonna be in a situation with you. Period.
Girl.
So.
Okay. I'm not even gonna comment. I'm just gonna leave it. Let me ask a question. So, do you play with toys?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you play with the toy to the point where the toy is doing it so much for you that man got to get it for you, like that toy get it for you, and then some men can't perform like the toy. Men don't vibrate. That's what I'm saying. Men don't do the things that the toy does. So do you think it's a thing where I chilled on the toys? I chilled on toys.
No, because I don't do it that often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has to be a serious drought.
Well, bitch, my shit.
I don't do it often.
My shit is Desert Storm. Hello. Desert Storm.
No, it has to be like a real drought for me to do that. So it's not something that I'm doing like all the time. And I don't know. I haven't, like, it's never been an issue.
I'm just checking.
It's never been a problem. So,
ladies and gents, question of the week: could you? Would you? Should you? Inquiring minds want to know. I can do it. Nicole can.
Let us know.
we the yin and the yang. I can do it, but Nicole, you can't. Now what? Okay, let's flip it. You ready to flip it?
Yes.
Okay, so what if the man said he does not like getting head? Would you?
I've experienced that.
I can't be with a man that won't let me give him head.
Huh?
I can't be with a man that won't let me give him head.
So I experienced that, and it didn't last.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
It didn't last. So I don't know if he wasn't being truthful or what, but
I mean,
I live with that. I guess I can live with that. Like if you don't need that as an option, I can live with that.
I like giving head to the person I like giving head to. I like sucking dick. I mean, what do you do?
I do too. But I mean, if you're saying you don't want it,
I don't suck all the dicks though. I'm talking about the niggas.
An option for you.
Listen. Let's be clear. I don't suck all the dicks, but if I'm with you, I'm sucking your dick. How about that one? Boom. Disclaimer. I'm not a heathen. I don't suck all the dicks. Can you hear me?
All right. So.
I done got out of focus. Girl, look, you see how that shit happened? Start talking about dick, got all blurred and shit. I can't.
So guys, that's our question of the week. Let us know what you guys think. What have you experienced? Could you, would you, should you be with someone that doesn't need oral sex on the menu? Hit us up at LetsKeepIt100live@gmail.com.
That's right. It's up on the screen. You see it?
To give us your answers, or you can always hit us up in the DMs. You can follow me, Miss Nicole Banks, on Twitter, Instagram, Nicole Banks on Facebook.
Where else?
And my co-host.
Hey y'all, I'm just Jackie. Y'all see my handle under the screen. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me. Where else, girl?
Look, you don't online like that no more. I don't know.
I don't even be promoting shit no more. Listen, check it out, y'all. Y'all can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Make it easy for you. You want everything I'm Just Jackie related. Go to my website, I'mJustJackie.com. And before we get out of here, I want to say shout out to Paco and Penrose, Smoke Free Weekend, April 16th through the 20th. Be there, be square. Live show. Live show contains live podcast, music performance. So we're going to have, y'all ready for the lineup? Are y'all ready for this lineup? We got OLF Podcast straight from Philly. We got Shenanigans with Friends from Vegas. We got Views from the 7, who's also from Vegas. We got J Omega of TOS Podcast coming all the way from PA, Jersey, one or the other, either or. He coming, he performing live at the live show. So yeah, y'all get y'all damn tickets, and I see y'all in Vegas. Nicole gonna see y'all too.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited.
I got my swimsuit ready, y'all. Hey. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all thought Palooza was the shit. Wait till y'all see this one in Vegas. Shit. I'm gonna keep them contained.
Yes, I'm definitely excited. I was swimming shopping earlier today, so
yeah. All right, y'all. So what? I mean, if y'all ain't got nothing else, we gonna close up on time. Hope y'all like the new format, the background. We working on it. We want to keep bringing y'all some interesting stuff, so you guys can keep coming back and hanging out with me and Nicole.
Definitely, we gotta keep it new and fresh for you guys. Appreciate you guys that tune into us every time we go live. If there's any topics that you want us to discuss on the next live, let us know.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thank you guys. See y'all next. I'm gonna say see y'all next week, but see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Bye.
Peace.